Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 4 of my interactive Space Engineers series where you tell me what to build and I'll build it. This week I've made a couple of changes. Firstly, I've installed a mod that lets us go to 1000 meters a second, as Keen have released a patch that let us do that. And secondly, this is going to be a rolling project. Over the course of the next few months I'm going to be building this ship up, taking your feedback and using that to make it invincible. But anyway, this week's suggestion comes from TheCrystalCrow, who requested a battle cruiser that could hurl gravity-propelled nukes at targets. And here it is, my work-in-progress super heavy battle cruiser. The ship is based on marine creatures in its look. The front of it reminiscent of a hammerhead shark, with the nose of it being based on a swordfish. As you go further back, the wings are similar to the flippers of a whale and house the fighter jet hangars as well as engines, and the end tapers off like a nose of a shark. However, this design is subject to change owing to modifications made in future weeks. In terms of weapon systems, the ship is equipped with a battery of rocket launchers at the front to keep small ships away from getting too close to the gravity cannon, which is in between them. The cannon itself runs the length of the ship and accelerates projectiles to 1000 meters a second in half a second, owing to a peak G-force of 720 Gs in the middle of the cannon. At the end of the cannon, we have a factory unit that's designed to build the slugs, so the ship can very quickly reload and fire the cannon again. From experimentation, I found that metal slugs at high velocity were way more effective than explosives, as the explosives tended to explode on the outside of the target, with most of the explosion force being lost into space, whereas these high velocity slugs penetrate the target and do incredible internal damage. The gravity slug itself is manufactured with the use of a projection block that shows a schematic of the weapon itself. These banks of welders construct it, and a grinder at the back severs it from the main ship so it can be fired freely. Once it has been severed, the weapon must be fired immediately so as to prevent it from drifting around and going off course. If fired off course, it will impact the barrel of the gun and cause severe internal damage to the battlecruiser. You can see the rapid acceleration of the slug as it leaves the factory area, and you can see as it strikes the red ship it starts to be knocked off into space. This is because of its massive amount of kinetic energy upon impact. Like I say, it's at 1000 meters a second. Upon closer inspection, you can see that the slug has passed right through the side of the red ship, taking out its thrusters for left and right movement. So if you imagine this fired at a space station, you'll understand that it will do a significant amount of damage and may even disable it with one hit. And that is the purpose of this ship, to be able to fire from relatively far away and do incredible amounts of damage. For close range combat, I intend to add automated turrets along the body of the ship that can be retracted and hidden away when not in combat. This will be useful as the ship may be attacked by small fighters and will act as a very good deterrent on top of the fighters that will be deployed from the hangars in the wings. For Maneuverability and Propulsion, the ship has over 500 gyroscopes and 190 thrusters, most of which are mounted on the back wing. However, because the ship's mass is 43 million kilograms, acceleration is very poor. So the plan is to add many mass blocks running down the core of the ship next to the gravity cannon and use that as a warp drive similar to the one that's built onto the Trident. However, I haven't yet implemented this. There are many additional features I'd like to implement on this ship, such as crew quarters, medical bays, perhaps additional hangar space, as well as a control tower. However, these are projects for a later date. Let me know what you thought of this ship in the comments below, leave suggestions for things that I can add to it, maybe leave suggestions for another ship I could build entirely, and I will see you next time. Hope you enjoyed it, take it easy, have a good day, bye bye.